One of the most frequent questions that I get asked is, how long is it going to take me to learn English? How long is it going to take me to be fluent? That's a good question, and I understand why people ask, but it's really impossible for me to say. I truly believe that it's impossible for me to say. And in fact, I'm a little bit skeptical of people that claim that they know how long it's going to take you. First of all, it depends on your goals. Do you want to master English and be practically bilingual? Or do you just want to learn enough to get by, do your job well, apply for the next job? There's a big difference. It depends on the level that you have coming into any given course, the level that you have right now. Another variable is, do you live in an English-speaking country? Do you use English for work? Do you have friends that you speak English to, etc.? So all of this falls under the category of, have you created opportunities for yourself to use English on a regular basis? The more opportunities you have to use English in a real way, or with instructors in classes, the more you're going to improve, the faster it's going to go. As well, a major variable is how engaged you are in the learning. You know, it's been quite popular for the past few years to say that it takes 10,000 hours to master a language. But I worked with kids who were at the university level and who had been in bilingual education their whole lives. They had definitely studied at least 10,000 hours of English in class and homework, studying for exams, and they were nowhere near mastery level. Some of them weren't even fluent. They had very weak skills. Some of them, of course, some of them were practically bilingual, but many of them were not. They could hardly put together a sentence, let alone have a fairly simple conversation. And that's after 10,000 hours of learning. So the issue here is, how engaged were they with those hours, of learning? This was learning that was imposed on them. They had no choice. They were in primary school, secondary school, high school. It was the law, or it was their parents' choice to have them study English, study in that particular way. So some of them are totally not engaged, and I don't blame them. It was probably really boring, and they were thinking about other things the whole time that the English class was going on. So 10,000 hours in that case doesn't mean anything. You need to be engaged. The more engaged you are in your learning, the more you're going to learn. The easier it's going to be, the faster it's going to go. And then the last thing is that, yes, the number of hours do matter. So, all things being equal level of engagement with the learning, if you're doing 7 hours a week, an hour a day, it's going to take you fewer months to get where you want to go than if you're doing 1 hour a week, right? So sheer hours, of course, is one of the variables. So I've talked a little bit about what I don't know. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take you to get the English skills that you need or that you want. Now I want to tell you a couple of things that I do know. I do know that Rome wasn't built in a day, and that your English skills are not going to get to the level that you want overnight. So what I'm saying is, it is going to take time. That's for sure. It will take less time if you apply some of the strategies, or all of the strategies, that I talk about in this course. Experiment with them, apply them, see how they work for you, and then the ones that work best for you, the ones that work for you, integrate them into your learning process. Try to avoid just watching a video and feeling good that you watched a video and, oh, that was interesting, yeah, that's a good point, and not doing anything with it. Really The benefits of this course come from experimenting with what we're talking about, experimenting with the techniques, for example, the English skills action plan, experimenting with the concepts such as, using body language when you're speaking English and checking out how it impacts the people you're talking to. So engage with the material and apply it. That is going to reduce the amount of time that you have to spend to learn English. The third thing is that the time that you spend should be enjoyable. There's no reason why it can't be just as fun as any other activity that you would choose to do. You can watch a really funny TV show in English, and that's going to help you learn. You can have a phone conversation with a super interesting person in Australia, and that's going to be helping you improve your English. So you can structure your learning in a way that is very enjoyable. So have fun with the whole process. And then the last thing that I know is that the time that you're spending on improving your English skills is an investment. It's absolutely an investment. It's one of the best investments that you can ever make. What you're doing is you're acquiring a skill that will allow you to do whatever it is you do. You're an architect, you're a doctor, you're a teacher, you're a manager, you're an IT technician, whatever. It allows you to do it on a totally different level, a totally different scale. All of a sudden, with these skills, you can connect with people around the world. So, it's an excellent investment in time. It can be fun. You can do it in an efficient way, and you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. So, that's what this video is about, what I don't know and what I do know. I hope that this is helpful to you, and let me know if you have any questions.